Hello, thank you for joining me again. My name's Laura if you're new. Last night I finished a book. It was King of Ravens by Clare Sager. I don't think I've ever read anything by this author before, but I do have a book randomly somewhere, but I haven't read it yet, but I'm flipping getting to it now because this was fantastic. This is a Hades and Persephone inspired fae romantasy. A lot going on there, but it follows Rhiannon. She is actually dying of an illness. She lives with her mum and dad. They keep her very much sheltered because of her illness. She's got a real knack for gardening. Her brother pretty much presents her with a gift of a mirror, which once that mirror is brought into their lives, it puts her on the radar of the King of Death. So he's like a fae king. He's called Dryston. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing these names right, but if I'm butchering it, whatever. So they pretty much have an incident that happens because she's lived a very sheltered life. She's been protected by her parents, and like I say, she has to take these medications for this mystery illness that's killing her. An incident happens where it turns out that there's some iron in their wall that when it gets cut, the King of Death pretty much comes through the other realm and demands that she is brought back to the underworld. So, major twist, her dad was fishing before she was born, almost died at sea, made a pact with a character called the Morrigan, who is like she's like the almost like goddess-like person of the fae realm, because the fae are kept in their own realm. They're sort of kept away from the human realm, that he would give up his firstborn daughter if he would survive. Now they thought the odds of them having a daughter was next to none. However, their first child came along and it was Rhiannon, and she was a daughter. So to keep her hidden from them, to try and get out of the pact that he made, they'd sort of sheltered her due to her illness and, you know, kept her hidden. But she does end up getting taken to the fae realm. It's a wintry setting where she is pretty much told that she's going to be marrying Dryston and she's going to be queen of the fae. Now, when you're dealing with the fae world, as we all know, the fae characters, they're incredibly dangerous, especially for a human. They sort of value strength. Any kind of weakness, it's deadly in that world. So the fact that she is dying is going to add another factor of danger for her in this new realm. But she just go down there and she just has to try and sort of work out fae politics. It's fabulous. The way she's written this world, the storytelling is great. I think if you like Kingdom of the Wicked, if you like Sarah J Maas, it's great. I mean, this is the first in, well, I don't know if it's a series or a duology. Their chemistry was amazing because fae can't lie, but they can be deceptive. You never really know where you stand with Dryston. So he's building up that you are getting the impression that he's gaining feelings for her. But she's got to be careful with it because obviously there's always an ulterior motive with everything within this world. And it's like you can't trust your friends, you can't trust anybody. But she breaks a number of the rules. So they're like, you have to be polite, you have to know people's names, and don't make pacts with anybody, and don't accept gifts from anybody. She thinks that if she breaks all these rules, he'll send her away. She won't have to sort of live in the underworld as his queen. It doesn't really work out for her. But she ends up making a pact with him where he offers her the chance of she can get back home if she can do it in something like 2 weeks, if she faces the trials of the labyrinth. And this is where all the Greek inspired is really coming in. She agrees to it. No one has ever won the labyrinth before, and the people that have tried it before have been fae, so she really doesn't stand any chance of getting anywhere. But you sort of, the end part of Court of Thorns and Roses, the bit where Fae is in the mountain, it gave me vibes of that when she was going through the trials. But each of the trials is incredibly deadly, but it was fabulous. It was like she's very resourceful, and the fact that she's working under the fact that she is ill, you know, so she's got to hide that from the court. She's got to navigate this world that she's not used to, because everybody and everything is a threat to her in this world. But the longer that she spends in this world, she evolves, and I don't want to spoil anything. She evolves in very unique ways. Now, it did leave on a whopper of a cliffhanger, and it was one of those that I was sort of googling when's the next one out, because I enjoyed it that much. I just flew through it. The characters are dangerous. The romance it's just the right amount of spice, and it builds up nicely. But again, because you can't trust anybody, even our main character, our main male character, you kind of always you want to believe him, but you can't always, because obviously with him being Fae, I think that is probably some of the most dangerous characters when you're dealing with a Fae court. He's sweet in places, but you never know whether you can trust that sweetness. So I'm looking forward to reading where we go with him in future, and it has been left on a whopper of a cliffhanger. I'm looking forward to seeing if my theory's right, because I have a theory, but I don't want to say it here because I don't want to spoil it. We'll see if I'm right. If you are thinking of picking this one up, this was the Waterstones edition, which was just really, really nice. It's a strong first entry in what is going to be either a series or a duology. I can't wait for the next one. She's an author that I do like her writing. It's very easy. The chapter sizes are really, really nice. They're not overly long, not overly short. The danger and the stakes are high. I enjoyed this one. It was a good read. It was the right amount of spice to adventure, so it's got a bit of everything. There's even elements of horror in there as well. Definitely, it's a solid 4-star read. This is a really beautifully written story. There's a lot of meat there, you know what I mean. There's a lot it's very strong first step. I'm really looking forward to the next one, and I'm getting the hint that she is setting up the fact that this could be a really expansive world. So if you haven't picked it up, highly recommend it. But like I say, this is an author that I'm definitely going to follow up with her other stories, because I do really like her writing style. If you do like sort of Fae reads, I think I've not read The Cruel Prince yet, but this is making me want to pick it up. I've got it, but I've never picked it up. It makes me want to read more Fae stories. But I'm looking forward to the next ones. If it's not out tomorrow, it's not going to be soon enough for me, because I'm invested. I am invested in this series. If you have any Fae reads that you want to recommend to me, let me know in the comments. But I hope you have a wonderful day.